I think he started ignoring me. He said, Bacon, don't owe me 10 so that I trust you. Well, that's not how that works. I said, that's not how this works. You either take the risk or don't. He said, even though I'm getting scammed, and walked up to my booth to give the Robux. I think he's actually about to donate. Oh, and he actually gave the 10 Robux. He said, thanks for scamming. Little does he know I'm about to load in on my main account. Well, you see how it's not putting me into the server? Well, that might be an issue. But don't worry, I have a backup plan. Okay, I just went into my own reserve server, and I went ahead and summoned the username of the person that donated me. Okay, well, this doesn't quite look like a potato. Let me double check and make sure this is the one that donated me. Okay, I just realized this person and the potato both donated me. Unfortunately, we didn't see the other donation, but I just summoned potato as well. They asked, why am I here? And the other guy is freaking out saying, oh my god. Okay, let me give the potato 1,000 Robux first. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think he might be freaking out a little bit. He said, OMG, my heart. He can't even spell right. And he said, God bless. Okay, well, I think he's happy. Now I have to give the 1,000 Robux to the other person as well. And there we go. I just gave that 1,000 as well. They said, look at how much I've donated. And I just realized they have 118,000 donated and 2,000 Robux raised. And they said, and finally, I got something in return. Well, yes, you did. I think they are both pretty happy. They said, me too, am so happy. Well, at least I don't have to guess if they're happy anymore because he said it. That's 4 people so far in 20 minutes that have risked their Robux. Okay, I just said hi to this girl sitting right here. I just said to her, if you give me 10, I'll give you 1,000. Oh no, I think they're about to leave. Hopefully she talks to me first. Oh, and she said no thanks. Oh, and they left. Okay, you know what? I guess that's fair. Just in case there's anyone else in this server, I said, would anyone like to take my offer? Okay, and this person said no. I'll ask why not. Oh, and this sea otter started begging me. I guess sea otters do that sometimes. I'm not really a professional with the ocean, though. Okay, well, I said the same thing to him. If you give me 10, I'll give you 1,000. So let's see if he has anything to say to that, instead of copy and pasting the same thing over and over. Okay, and the otter completely ignored me and talked to the girl instead. But let me try again. I said to him, hey, if you give me 10, I'll give you 1,000. And doesn't this just look like the most trustable thing in the world? It's not. It absolutely looks like a scam. That is my fault. Okay, this girl asked, is this a bot? And I said, no, it's not. I hope bots aren't this advanced. Because honestly, if they were, I'd be getting scammed. She asked, how much did you donate? So I said, a lot, but I keep it on anonymous. And guys, on this account, I've donated over 200,000 Robux. But, you know, if I show everyone that I donated 200,000, they'd all just trust me. So I kind of have to keep it a secret. Oh, and this person said liar. I said, I am not a liar. Why don't you give me 10 and find out? I said, it's not much of a risk, right? And if it's not a scam, then you get 1,000. And the girl said, no, you scam. And the other person said, I don't have any. Well, that's not very good. I said, I'm not a scam. Try it and find out. And the girl said, you are. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to convince her, which honestly is a good thing, because if someone tried to scam her, I don't think she'd get scammed. Good for you. Okay, and this one said, I will make a deal. So I said, what's your deal? Show me your donated. Oh, no. I don't think we're going to convince him unless I show my donated. I'm going to tell the truth. I said, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Otherwise, you'd believe me too easily. And this girl said, then you're lying. Oh, no. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince them. Okay, I just found these few people, and I said, hey, if you donate me 10, I'll give 1,000. Oh, one of them just gave me 10 Robux. What? That was fast. And the one that wasn't even talking to me did it. All I have to do now is join on my main account. Okay, I just did what I did with the last person and summoned them into a server. Unfortunately, I forgot to say I'm gonna join on my main, so she probably thought she got scammed for a good minute there. I'm sorry, girl. And she said, how'd I end up here? So I said magic, because a magician never reveals his secrets. And by magic, I mean I summoned her into a reserve server which staff have commands for. Anyways, now it's time to give her the 1,000 Robux. She has now received the 1,000 Robux. And she said, you're very kind, sir. I said, of course, thanks for taking my risk. This person saying sorry to someone that they couldn't donate because of something. So I said, donate me instead. I'll give 1,000 for 10. And they said, I'm not gonna be fooled, kid. I said, 1, I'll have you know I'm not a kid. 2, I'm not fooling anybody. It's not a scam. And then I said, so 10 for 1,000. And I added a smiley face just to seem trustworthy. They said, scam or not, just have it. Oh, and they actually gave me the 10 Robux. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess I didn't fool them, but they just hated me so much that they wanted to give me the 10 Robux. Now, the good news is this person only has 600 Robux raised, so we're basically tripling their Robux. Okay, let me go ahead and give her the 1,000 Robux. And they said, oh, thanks. And I said, of course, thanks for taking my risk. They said, I was confused why I teleported. Yeah, I'd kind of be confused too. It's probably not something that happens often. I just said, hey guys, if you give me 10, I'll give 1,000 and claim my booth right in front of these two people. And he said, stop.